Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about self-care tips that actually work. Because of the rut and demands of a very hectic life these days, it is really important to not forget self-care, and especially for women. If you are also in search of self-care tips and you feel passionately about caring for yourself, then I hope my video will give you loads of value and it will also give you points to think about. The tips that I have brought for you today are all those that I have personally implemented and I stick by them. And even though taking care of yourself is a continuous process, could get overwhelming, but once you see the results of all the self-care that you provide to yourself, it can be a really pleasant journey. You might have heard a lot about creating boundaries for yourself, and what does it even mean? Creating boundaries means having clarity about what things you accept and what you just don't, and where it is really important to say no. For example, if you are a working woman or a working man, where do you have to say no to your boss about how many responsibilities are given to you? That is where you set your boundaries. Also, sticking to a schedule or sticking to working hours that work for you and not dragging your work beyond your working hours is also an example of setting clear boundaries. If you have clear boundaries, then your mental health and even physical health are in a good place. Protecting your energy is another point that you have to be really mindful of. You have to make sure whatever negative, or if there is any feeling of jealousy, any feeling of ill will against you, you have to protect yourself against those feelings. So be mindful of what kind of feelings do other people have for you, and if you feel like somebody doesn't have your best interest in mind, it is best to make distance from such people. It might not be easy to straight away cut from them, but then if you slowly start distancing yourself, they will also get an idea or an indication that some things are not working out for you, and it would be better for them to change their behavior towards you. Protecting your energy means having a clarity that only the best will do for you, knowing that you do not compromise on how you want to be treated by others, and you don't treat yourself negatively or overcritically, and you have as much love and respect for yourself as you expect from others. Self-care also involves slowing down. Rest is really important for you, and you cannot always be in a rushed mode, in a hurried mode. So you need the time to slow down. You have to schedule rest, rejuvenation in your schedule because of the cycles that women have. Some days we are very productive, whereas other days we just want to lie down or be in our own world and do things that bring mental peace to us. So it is really important to understand that as well, that you cannot be your 100% all the time. So productivity doesn't mean that each day of the month you are producing a lot of results. It means some days you might be your 110 or 120%, and other days you might even be your 40%. But then overall throughout the month, it will be a productive month for you. So men have smaller cycles, as in men's cycle is of one day, wherein early morning they are really energized, then by the evening their energy slows down a little and they need time to recoup, to re-energize themselves, and they need proper rest on the same day. Whereas for women, the cycle of productivity is very different. As per our menstrual cycle, our productivity also changes, and if you have interest in this topic, I can make a separate video about it because I done loads of research on this topic, because I used to feel that why on some days I am able to perform really well, do exercises also really well, whereas on other days I do not feel like exercising, I do not feel like doing my work, and I just want to relax and be alone. So what is going on with me? And then I started reading a lot about this subject. And yeah, if this topic interests you and you want to know more about it, just comment below and I'll make a separate video on it. Self-care also involves understanding that perfection cannot be chased all the time. Some of us have this habit of chasing perfection. Whatever we do, we want to be the best in it. We want to gain appreciation from everyone on it, and we just don't accept if there is even one slight problem in whatever work we are doing. So chasing perfection constantly can be really detrimental for your mental health as well as your own well-being. So self-care also involves understanding that not everything can be perfect all the time. So we have to be mindful that some things might not be completely perfect, but they will be beautiful or good in their own way. So chasing perfection should be limited. It should be chased wherever it is really important, but not in every task. Sometimes we should just let go of things and let them be as they will be on their own. Another self-care tip is taking time to talk to yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to verbally talk to yourself. It could mean journaling. It could mean spending time with yourself, like going on walks all alone, going on walks in nature, taking time to be just slow and observe what is coming in your mind. And that can only happen when we have time for some boredom. If we are always busy and constantly having something to think about which does not involve thinking about ourselves, then we have no time for self-talk. We have no time to understand what do we really want. If you can schedule some time to just be, time to get bored, not scroll on social media, not consume any kind of content, not consume news or anything, just be with yourself. You can even take 5 minutes coffee break where you are not using any social media, nothing. You are just sitting calmly somewhere in a corner and just being. You will find that you will gain such realizations about yourself, and also the clarity about what kind of self-care you need will also come to you on its own. Take time to calm yourself. You can do research about this topic that shaking your body makes you very calm. In the olden times, people used to do lots of dancing. In every culture, in every tradition, there are practices where the society used to come together and do dancing. They would dance around the fire in long centuries ago. And as the society progressed, as time passed, people gave more structure to different types of dance forms. And that is why having some practice which involves dancing or moving your body or shaking your body helps a lot. I have seen it in my own body, in my own self, that shaking, bringing movement in the body can help you take care of yourself in a very good way. So feel free to research more about it. And if you do practice any kind of body movement, even if it is slow yoga, aerobics, running, walking, you will find that it is a very good practice to take care of yourself. Being intentional about whatever tasks you are doing, whatever you are doing in life, the decisions that you are making, and knowing why you are doing it. What is the reason behind things that you do, decisions that you make, also helps you take care of yourself in a better way. For example, I have discussed about when I did not have a job, I was really demotivated and lost in life, and I feel at that time I was just not taking care of myself. And when I became really intentional about self-care and I became intentional about how I was eating the wrong kind of food, I was constantly consuming content which just didn't bring any happiness to me, and I would be in a negativity rut. That was the time when I was at my lowest. So, self care also involves knowing why you are doing things and what you might be doing wrong. So, being mindful about all the actions that you are doing and knowing, does this align with the kind of person that I am? Knowing this helps you a lot in taking good care of yourself. So, just like our any friend, best friend, or brother or sister, how we would take care of them, we would be mindful of the actions we let them take, and we would be very protective about them. In the same way, we have to be protective about ourselves. So these are few tips that have really helped me, and I hope they will help you as well. If you resonate with any of the tips that I have given, please comment below and let me know what you think about them, or if you have any suggestions for me, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.